Hi, this is Camille from my Junk Journal Heaven. I want to have some fun. I haven't done a video for quite a while because of Christmas and doing things. I was late getting my Christmas gifts out. My Christmas cards went late. Everything went late this year. But anyway, I was busy doing journals, making journals. I want to make this. Now, this was a card idea from scrapbooking with me about 6 years ago, I think. And it was to make a card like this. And I thought that would make a good addition in a junk journal. And if you put something across here, you could then use it for a belly band. But then if you opened it up, you'd have all this space to put something. You could turn it this way and journal, or turn it this way and journal, or just put different things here. Put pictures. You could put paper so you could write, whatever. So then this is a large one, and I decided to make a smaller one, and I tried and tried to get it so that it would meet in the middle, and I couldn't get my measurements right. But I thought this was kind of cute. If this was glued down, and this was made of more than just paper, it needed to be thicker, maybe some cardstock to hold it down. You could move this and open this up and journal here, or put whatever you wanted in there. And it could be made with a lot of different things. I made one here out of a dictionary page. So it could be the same. So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to do this one. And this needs to be, you need a piece of paper that is 7 by 12 inches. So this means you need some scrapbook paper. So you've got 12 inches. And I'm going to get out my score and cutting board here. And let's see, I'll try and put this so you can see the measurements. So this is 12 inches, and I want it to be cut, let's see, to 7. So I have to decide how I want it cut. I think I want it this way. Now you could actually do this almost any height you wanted. As a matter of fact, if you did it at 6 inches, you could make 2 out of the same piece of paper. And then one of the measurements would just be a little bit different. Now, we're going to do some scoring and marking, and I'm going to do it on the white side so that you can see what I'm doing, so it's not totally confusing. Now we're going to score. Where's my score tool? There it is. We're going to score at 3. And this paper is not real thin, like real thin paper, but it's regular paper. It's not cardstock at all. And at 4.5, and we're going to score at 7.5. Oops. I got off with that one. No, I didn't. I guess I did okay. And at 9. So what I'm going to do here, so you can see this, I'm going to lightly mark where I scored. The marks won't be exactly straight, but you can get an idea. And at 9. All right, now you're going to mark at 1 inch, 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches, and 10.5 inches right there. Okay, now on the 7-inch side, you're going to mark at 3.5. Just a little mark will do. Although we're going to stretch that out across, I think. I don't remember whether I need to do that or not. I did a little bit different than the original instructions. Oh, and we need to mark the, let's see, it was 1.5 and 10.5 on this side too. Needs to be on both sides of the paper, so 1.5 and 10.5. All right, now I'm going to do this on my scoreboard because I think it's easier than scoring with the ruler. So this 1.5 mark here and the 3.5 here, we're going to score right there. Right there. And then we're going to score again at the 3.5 and the 1.5 right here. And then, let me see. I have to think about this for a second. And I don't know why I have to think about it, but I do. Well, let's go ahead and mark this across in case I need it. I don't remember if I need it or not. If you need the 3.5, you'll need it where you made the score marks. Okay, now I'm going to score across here. Whoops, I want to get it on my, and I have marked on my scoreboard so I can get a straight line like this. If you have one that's where you don't have the cutter exactly there, you can do it better. Let me think here. I'm not doing this right. No, I need to do it this way. Yep, it goes this way. So it bisects right there. And then we're going to do it this way from this mark down to this one, and it also bisects right there. Now we're going to turn it and do it the same thing on the other side. You're going to do your 1.5 inch mark to your 3.5 inch mark right there, and I'm not going to pencil this one in. I should have penciled those other ones. I'll pencil these when I get them done. And here. Okay. Now I'm going to, well, I guess I should kind of mark this a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Now I'm going to take this and this far place here, I'm going to line up with this 1.5 inch mark here, and I'm going to score across there, and I'll mark that so you can see it. See, it bisects that line right there. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. Whoops, get that over there where it belongs. Don't confuse myself. And I'm going to score right across here, and it bisects that line. Okay, so you can see what we have here. I'll kind of draw this. You can see we have a diamond shape here. And I'm through with the scoreboard. Well, unless I want to cut these, I guess I could cut these off. These end pieces you don't need, so you can cut those off. These little triangles here, you don't need those. So you can just cut those off. And since I'm so good with scissors, I should have done this all along on my examples, but I didn't. There. Okay. Now there's the instructions again. Now we are going to fold on all the score lines, and it doesn't matter which way you fold and score and burnish. Because you're going to end up folding them probably different anyway when we get done. I hadn't figured out how to do them so that they were correct. Now these that crisscrossed here, I'm going to fold that and burnish that. And then it crosses over here and we're going to burnish that. And I did the one in the middle here. I burnished that one. All right, and over here we're going to burnish this score line, and I'm going to do the straight ones first. I guess I could do them this way so you can see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to do the crisscross lines. We're making our diamond shapes by doing this, and you'll see in just a minute. Let me see, I got to do this one. All right, now if you had double-sided paper, you'd need to decide which one you wanted on the outside, because this is single-sided. I need to fold it the other way. All right, these go in. These little V shapes, these, you want them to go in toward the back. And then this folds. Am I doing this right? Yes, I'm doing it right, but something's not coming out right. Let's see here. Okay. Let's fold this like this and then poke these back. I'm having a hard time with this, and I've made 4 or 5 of them. Okay, there we go. You just have to get it folded back. Okay. Now the problem here is that this is going to have some white here, but we can take care of that. And I'm going to burnish this one down. And now this one, we want to fold this like this. See, we want these little V shapes to go together like this, and that makes our front piece. Oh, and they even are close in the middle. The first one I did wasn't. Okay, now I'm going to burnish all this down really well, I hope. And because I don't want that white part showing, I'm going to cut it off. If you had double-sided paper, you could leave it. You can leave it if you want to if it's white. But I don't really want it on there. How is everybody? I hope everybody had a great Christmas, or Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate at this time of year. I hope you had a good one and that you got to celebrate with family and friends and or whatever you like the best. I know some people go on vacation and travel. Okay, now we have a thing that opens like that. Now I'm going to make the smaller one also, and then we'll do some embellishing. So the smaller one, I made up my own thing with it. And like I said, it didn't quite meet in the middle, but I kind of like the idea of it not meeting in the middle. So I'm going to get out the scoreboard again. And I want a piece of paper that's 10 inches by 5 inches. And the reason I wanted to do this was because a lot of us have these pages that are they're digitals, and sometimes they misprint. This one didn't misprint, but I have some that are misprinted on the back. And I thought, well, I want to use them for something. So, and I'm working on some journals, and I thought this would work really good. So now I'm going to, here are the instructions for that one. I hope you can see it. I have a piece of paper here that's 10 by 5. And I think I'm going to mark it on the other side also so I can make the pencil marks everywhere. Now we're going to make a pencil mark at 1 inch. And then we're going to score. Well, I can mark it down here at 1 inch because that's where my scoring starts. And then I'm going to score at 2 1/4. Yes, 2 1/4. And 3 1/2. And I'm going to turn it around and do the same thing because it was easier than doing the math the other direction. So I'm going to mark it at 1 inch with the pencil. And then I'm going to mark it at, or score at 2 1/4 and 3 1/2. And then we need to have it at 2 1/2 for the piece here. And I'm going to turn it around and do it again that way. It's just easier when it's not the same on the top and the bottom, for me anyway. Okay. Now, I didn't mark those so you could see them. Well, heck. This will be less messy than pencil. Do a little bit of inking, I think. So you see where the marks are. Okay, the first thing we have to do is we have to score from the 1 inch to the 2 1/2 inch. So we're going to score right here. And I'll mark that with the pencil while I've got it in this score spot so you can see it. And then we're going to do the same thing again, score from, so we have that diamond shape there. Now we're going to I keep wanting to use this and I don't know why. I've tried and I can't really use it because I can't really see very well with it. Okay, so now I'm going to mark score down this one from the 1 inch mark down to the 3.5. I'll go ahead and mark that one. And I'm going to also mark or score here the 1 inch to the 3.5. And now I'm going to turn it around and do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to score here. And I'm going to score here. And then I'm going to turn it. And I'm going to go to the 3.5 inch mark down to my 1 inch. And I'm going to score here. Now my instructions are a little bit different than Edith's were. I just thought it was easier to score this all at once. So that's what I'm doing. Okay. And you'll notice it crisscrosses that line again. That's the important part. Now I'm also going to cut off these end triangles that I don't need. I suppose you could keep them on and fold them back, but they'd just be in the way, so I'm getting rid of mine. Okay. I get rid of that. I don't need the scoreboard anymore. And I'm going to burnish all the score marks in here. And I'm doing it on this side so you can see where I'm doing it. Now we're going to do the crisscross scores. And the other one. Okay, and now the other side. I already kind of did this, but I'm going to do it again anyway. Make sure it's done well. And now the crisscross. Now this paper is 32-pound copy paper. I usually do my digitals on that because it's a little nicer for my junk journals. Okay, now we're going to fold this like this, and these go in. Little triangle pieces there need to fold in, and it seems really awkward till you get them going in, and then it's okay. And then I'm going to burnish that down so they stay like that. Now on this side, I'm going to do the same thing. These little ones are going in. And in. I don't know why this seems so awkward all the time. It shouldn't be, but it feels awkward. Come on, go in. Am I doing it wrong? Yes. This needs to be folded this way and then in. There we go. So what you're doing is, instead of trying to fold this first, you're folding this in like this, and then these fold this way, and you have it. All right, now this is the one with the gap in it. And once again, we've got these white pieces, and I don't like them, so they're going. If I had double-sided paper, I would leave them on, but this isn't double-sided, so they're gone. And now we're going to embellish. And I'll put the measurements in the description box in case you didn't get them here, or you can take a screenshot here of them if you'd like to. Whoops. Take that out of the way. The pencil can go. There's the instructions. And like I said, I'll put them in the description box. Okay. I really want this to be burnished down. Oops, I missed one. So we're just going to do some embellishing here. And this one, well, both of them would be good with something to hold them closed. Of course, once they're in a book, if you glued this down on a book, you could either glue it down or glue two sides and have a tuck spot, or even glue the top and the bottom and have a belly band go across. It ends up being, from side to side, it's 5 inches, so that's just about the width of a page in my journals. This one, I could make a closure. Let's see, what do I want to do for a closure on it? That's something to close it down, but so you can still open it and either journal in it or put pictures or journal this way. And of course, you wouldn't have all these marks on it normally. But since this one does, I have to think here for a minute. Let me see. I think I can put on this larger one, I think I could do a circle. And I have some circles here, some doily circles. Let's see if I have something I like that would go with it. Oh, the green one goes with this so well. Oh, I may have to do something with the... Well, that would work on this one too. A circle. I need to make something cardstock underneath it, but that would work. And it goes so well. Okay, let's see about this one. This is not my favorite paper, by the way. This one, I bought them for some other papers that were in the pack. Well, that's a kind of okay. I think that would work. Let's see here. Here's one with some birds that are the colors. I like that. I think we'll use that one. All right. Now I just need to strengthen them up a little bit with some cardstock or something. I could punch a piece of the paper out that I used on them to make the back part. I guess it doesn't matter what part I use. It's only going to be on the back of them to just have something there. we'll get this all fixed up. I have noticed that a lot of my favorite people on YouTube haven't been posting. I guess it's because it's Christmas and they've all been busy. I'm waiting for all of y'all to come back and post some stuff so I've got some inspiration. I was kind of losing my mojo there. I couldn't decide what I wanted to do, or if I wanted to do. I watch other people and get ideas from them. And then I usually try and put my own spin on it. So I'm not exactly copying them exactly. But still, it's nice to have them so I can see what they're doing. And I'm going to need to ink the sides of these, I can tell. So let me get my, I think I'll use my scorched timber on this. Let's get this one glued on. Oh, that's interesting. That one's smaller than the other one. That is interesting. I thought they were all the same size. That one's bigger than this one is, which is okay, but I didn't know that. All right, let's see here. I want to glue it right there. I don't know how much space I actually have. I think I'll hold that with a clamp for a minute. Let the glue dry on that one while I glue this one down. And I can put my ink away. I will probably ink these, but I don't know if I'll do it so you guys have to watch me or not. And this one's going to have more glue space. And I want my little birds to be upright. And that to be about even. Okay. I think the green is going to be easier to do something with than the dark, but I always like my butterflies. I don't know whether I like that one there so much. Oh, now one of these green ones might be good. Okay. I have a green butterfly. Let's see what else I might want to put on there. Has kind of yellowy flowers. Kind of. What about? Yeah, I like that. Oh, here we go. Here we go. That's perfect. I put a couple of those on there. Absolutely perfect. Let's see. Maybe get it off my book. Maybe 3 of them. Yeah, I think I like that. Let's go ahead and move that one back and work on this one for right now. All right, let's get the back off of this and put this one up here like this. Oh, and I went over the edge. That's okay. Can fold around. And this one can go over here. have this little can here that I got from Temu. Like I got all of these things from Temu, most of them, my embellishments. But it has so much in it. I'm looking to see if there's a girl with some green. Oh, now here's a lady with green. A little bit of green. I could put her on there. Okay. Now, I can embellish the inside or leave it for writing. What do I want to do with it? I think I'll leave it for journaling, but I am going to put, like I said, some labels or something on the front. Maybe that one? I could do that. Let's do that. Let's do that for this one. And I am going to ink the edges. Get rid of the white and the little white corners that I didn't cut off. Then we'll glue it down. Oops, got to make sure I got it right side up. I can't read it. I think that's right side up. I'm going to put it at an angle. All right. I think that one's as finished as it's going to get. I like the flowers, but they kind of get lost on there. What about some dictionary page or book page? I have some dictionary page here. I don't know if what I'm doing is going to help, but we will see. I think that looks good. I'm trying not to dither and dawdle around with things, but just try and make up my mind and do it. And this dictionary page is kind of white, so I'm inking it a little bit, grunging it down just a bit. And I'm going to put the leaf down first. Then I'll put down the book page. And then the flower can go on top of that. And I just had a thought about these other ones. Oh my goodness, I'm splitting the flower. Not coming off the backing, it was splitting. Come on, flower. Behave yourself. There we go. All right, and I was thinking over here, I probably have a piece of lace that I could put there. I have a little bit of this. Maybe I could just put the lace down and put something on top of that other than the flowers. put a label or something down there. Let's look into doing that. Okay. Maybe like that. It's too even, isn't it? Needs to be a little bit odd shaped here. That's better. Choices. That might work. We have some orange over here, so this orange would work. Okay, let's try that. Get my Fabri-Tac here, which I've kept upside down so that it would flow easier. Oh, it's stuck. That's just the way it is, isn't it? Okay, there we go. There we go. There's glue coming out. Looks like I need to thin it down. The trouble is, after I get through recording, then I forget to go out and get the thinner and put it in it. Okay. Now you need to go, I guess I could move that over. That would help. I'm going to go down there. And this needs to be trimmed a little bit. Ask how everybody was. I hope you're all doing well. I know there's a lot of sickness going around, a lot of things happening. Hopefully, if you get sick, it's only a short thing and not a big long hoop-de-doo. Now I just had a thought. Where was that? That was here. If I put that on there, and put her on that, I kind of like that. Only, yeah, I kind of like it. I think I'll do it. Needs to be inked, of course. And like I've said many times, inking is a personal preference. You don't have to ink if you don't want to. The first few journals I did are not inked. I didn't have ink, and when I finally got ink, it wasn't any special ink. It was just some brown ink I found at a hobby store. Oh, come on. It was down there, now it's all up in the top again. And I know I need the Fabri-Tac because I'm putting it on top of lace. This is when I need a bigger table so I can have my hot glue gun right there. And I'm working on doing that. That's one of my projects for the new year. One of my goals is to get my room done better so I have more room and I can have my hot glue gun and other things available when I need them. All right, and I'm putting this down here just as far as I can get it. If I'd have realized I was going to put that on there, I would have put the glue up further. And where did my lady go? There she is. All right. I think I'll put the choices down and put her on top of the choices. And I might as well use this since I've got it out, if it's going to give me any glue. And I do not like the smell of this glue. It just is not wonderful. All right. Let's put choices down here. And I'm going to put her on top of it. And hope she'll stick to everything. And this particular thing, I don't know what journal I'm going to be using it in or when. So I am not going to, definitely not going to do anything in the middle of it. And the end products are these. I know I made them look a little bit difficult, but if you watch the video a couple of times, you'll be able to make them. I guarantee it. And if you wanted to, this could be glued down, so it's just a tuck spot down there. This is Camille from my Junk Journal Heaven. I hope you can follow the directions and figure this out. Please leave comments. If you have any problem with it, let me know, and I'll try and help. And like I said, you can probably watch the video a couple of times. I had to watch it 3 times to figure out how to make it. And then I had to experiment around to make the smaller one. And I'm still going to experiment around to see if I can get one that actually closes like this, only is smaller. I just have to figure out the measurements, and I haven't figured that out yet. I'm not real wonderful at that kind of math. This is Camille from my Junk Journal Heaven. See you later. Bye.